Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Just sitting in my car at the moment, waiting to start work on this glorious morning in the southeast of England. And thought I'd make a video whilst I wait. Just wanted to follow up on my last video where I was talking about enduring, moving through the suffering, going through the suffering, and so forth. Essentially, it's about how your thoughts and feelings are like waves. You know, when a huge wave, huge tidal wave or so forth hits a coastal line, smashes against the rocks and so forth, you can use your own imagination where you could think that would be. It's the same with your thoughts and feelings, especially when they can be negative at points. You know, it can feel quite unrelenting, sorry. It can feel quite intense and extreme and so forth. And most of the time, as I think most people do, they want to react to it. They're like, oh, I don't want to feel this anymore. I want it to stop. I want to solve it. I want to do something about it, right? Which follows on from what I was talking about on the last video too. But just to elaborate more about moving through the suffering, as much as your thoughts and feelings are like waves, especially negative ones, you know that the waves will subside. And once you allow the wave to subside and go into a cool, calm current, you basically come through the other side and you're in a much more peaceful place afterwards. But that is my point, is reacting to your thoughts and feelings, trying to solve your thoughts and feelings, half the time, if not most of the time, won't achieve anything, because there's nothing really you can do about your thoughts and feelings other than allowing your body to feel yourself moving through it. And that's essentially it. It might not feel great at the time, and you might think, you know, this feels horrible, this sucks, I don't want to feel like this anymore, I want to get out of this headspace, I want to do this or do that. You might try and reach for any external stimulation that might give you a temporary sense of relief and comfort, whether that's drinking or smoking or going on a dating app, or, you know, something to soothe your ego and soothe yourself in the process. But then that doesn't solve anything, because, you know, those negative thoughts and feelings will probably come back again, most likely, and they might come back even stronger. So then you might have to do more comfort seeking and so forth, until it just turns into a never-ending loop, and then your dopamine will need more of this external stimulation in order to soothe yourself further, to bring you back to an emotional baseline. For me, to achieve that emotional baseline, you have to go through the struggle. That's just my honest opinion. You have to go through the struggle, and just come through the other side. And it might take a while, like I said in the last video. It'll take a few weeks, it might take a few months or something like that, depending on how intense these negative thoughts and feelings are for you, how far these thoughts and feelings go back, depending on whether they were created from a particular situation in your life, a particular scenario maybe, or something like that. But what I've learned is, especially from my own experience, where every little problem I used to have, I would go, right, okay, let's solve this situation. And, you know, I'd be writing in my journal, and I'd be like, how do I solve this situation? Why is this happening? Why am I feeling anxious? Why am I feeling sad or angry or something like that, right? But then in the end, sometimes there isn't even an answer to that. Sometimes there isn't even an answer to explain why you're feeling these negative thoughts and emotions. There might be something there, but you can't put a finger on it, and that's absolutely okay. You know, sometimes when you feel these emotions and thoughts, they're not there to be solved, they're there just to be moved through, which I keep reiterating in this video and the last video as well. So yeah, just remember, your thoughts are like waves. Some of them can be calm and nice, some of them can be quite strong and can crash against you like waves crashing against the coastal line and a bunch of rocks, cliffside, you know. But the main point is, the waves always subside afterwards, okay? And you'll start feeling that peace again. You just have to go through the motions. You just have to let yourself feel what you're feeling and don't try and resist against it. And that's how I think you achieve a lot more peace in yourself. If you give yourself permission to feel these thoughts and feelings, these negative ones. Give yourself permission to feel, you know, sad or angry or upset and stuff like that, and you might not even have an explanation as to why you feel that way, but that's okay. We're all human at the end of the day. We're not perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. And I wish I could tell you that we could all be happy 100% of the time. We never have to deal with any of these problems, but unfortunately that's not life. It's not life. So but that's what makes life all the more enjoyable, because once you get through these challenges and once you get through these difficult parts of your life, it makes you a lot more stronger and resilient as a person. So just remember that for whenever you might be feeling these different thoughts and emotions next time. Anyways, I hope that all helped. I hope you found this video quite useful. If you did, or you didn't, or you got some questions, feel free to leave a comment underneath my YouTube video, or if you'd like to send me a message and have a conversation on my Instagram page, StirringTeaInACrazyWorld, over there, you can also do that too. I'll be very open and happy to speak to you. Anyways, gotta get back to work now. See you soon. Laters.